Hey, must be the money.
What are you?
Right, I like this. Put this here.
You know how to set up the preferences?
No,
it just
I don't
works?
even know what preferences are. Yeah, it just works. It just goes.
It already works?
Mhm.
Okay, let me double check. Just make sure. Audio, mic, you're good. Yep, you're steigen here.
Oh, we steigen da.
Have fun, bro. Good man.
Please, man.
Message me if you need anything.
Thanks.
All right. 2 Oh, this right there. I get on.
Yeah.
Try.
Aye. So today's shir is called erev. Erev, back through the system with the Riff-Raff again. Yo. So I didn't do so much like advertising for the share today. Oh, take a while. Baby. Yo. What's up, homie? How you doing? You hear me? You hear me?
Now I can.
Nice.
How you doing?
Yo, dude, I'm chilling. How are you?
Good. Good to see you.
You too, man. Yo, did you get the name of the shir today?
Yeah, I mean like the joke?
Yeah.
Not necessarily because I didn't look at the Makoro yet.
I hear ya. Well, I'm actually just kind of putting the finishing touches on the title of the Makoros. I mean, not exactly. It's just it's annoying to write English and Hebrew, you know. But the Makoros is a quote. Back through the system with the Riff-Raff again. You know what that is?
No, I do not.
Jay-Z, a song called 99 Problems. Ever hear that song?
I haven't listened to that song in a very
You
long
never
time.
listened? Oh, in a very long time.
No, I've listened. No, I know.
So
for sure I've
I,
listened to it.
Yeah, of course, Jay-Z. So with that song, I actually love that song. But like, I wasn't sure which one to put in the Makoros because I found two versions. One is like I found a clean version with a video, which is a lot of pretzas, and I found a dirty version, but like there's no pretzas. And I was like, yo,
What it makes it dirty? The words?
yeah, he just like said like curses and stuff. It's not a big deal.
Does Safari have like a blocker to that stuff, or you can put whatever you want?
You can do whatever you want so far. So like, let's keep it on the wiggity, you know. Right now, Safari is poised to save the world because these shiurim, like, I'm not sure how many of them. Like, if like I put my shiur from Sunday on where I was really talking a lot about like conspiracy theory and a lot about like the shadow government. I was only saying it though vis-a-vis shot in the Gemara and Sanhedrin, which we keep on looking at, right? That the Shibud Malchios. That what is the Shibud Malchios? You know?
Live and Schwer.
We're live and Schwer, looking at possibilities, you know? We see Bill Gates everywhere, you know? I'm so suspicious, yo. I also, I've tried to put it on the thing, but I couldn't find it. Melinda Gates with her upside down cross there's some, I don't know. That's just like an interesting thing. I also, so like, but in Shir we're learning the sugya. We're learning the sugya, and this is just like where the sugya took us. You know, I didn't know any of this stuff before starting the sugya, and I started thinking Shibud Malchios, and also the Gemara in Brachos that says that the inyan of Milchemes Gog uMagog is that there's going to be slaves that rebel against their masters, and I'm thinking like that's us against.
Where did it say that again? I
Brachos,
forgot.
Daf Yud Zayin on Beis.
Okay.
You can see one of the other Makoros. Today we're just going to be talking about the erev. I got like some sources because the erev, everyone's been hitting me up to talk about the erev. And when I say everyone, I mean like at least like 2 people. And like it completely like, and they're saying like, yo, whenever when I talk about these ideas with people, they're like, oh, Illuminati, oh, Freemasons, oh, erev, it's the same thing, Egypt. And I'm like, yo, we can't say anything. We can't talk about anyone. We got to figure out the sugya of what they are, you know? And that's the only way that like a serious conversation about this stuff could take place. And since it's like in the base measures, you know? So let's see who the erev were. What's this idea of erev? And is the things that people are saying, Illuminati and Freemasons and Skull and Bones, is that erev? Before we start the sugya, tell us what you know about erev. Tell us. Tell me. This is like very Givaldic.
Not a lot, to be honest with you.
You heard of them?
Yes.
Okay. So in Shmuel's, let me check. Let me send the thing. What'd you say?
No, I was gonna guess something, but what's the point of guessing? We're about to learn it. So.
Right. Yo, I got mad. I got like 100 roommates, and they're all mosquitoes. I got 99 roommates, and mosquitoes, all of them. Copy, save. I'm gonna send you the source sheet on the.
Which source sheet?
The source sheet for tonight.
I have it, I think.
Yeah, this is the new and improved one.
Oh, okay.
But like, all right. Okay, cool. So, Shemos Yud Beis, Exodus 12:38. Begam erev Rav Allah itam bitzon uvakar mikne kaved meod. So the erev Rav also came with them, and they had a lot. Well, when the Jews left Egypt, right? They took erev Rav, right? And you know, they took erev Rav, and that's what we know about them. That these people, they left Egypt with us. Rashi over there says erev Rav ta'aroves umos shel gerim. It's like a bunch of different nations, right? So far, love the erev Rav. So far, love the erev Rav. Jews are leaving Egypt. They're like, yo, we're coming with. Like, so far, erev Rav is good. You know, people talk a lot of smack about the erev Rav. Let's see more. The next one, this next Makor, the second Makor on the sheet. I don't even know why I brought it. Removed. Okay, Riff-Raff here. All right. Shmuel Lamed Beis Daled. Vayikach miyadam vayatzer oso bacheret. You know what verse is talking about? Vayaseu egel masecha. You know yet? The egel.
This is Kitisa.
Nice.
Talking about the golden
There you
calf.
go. Nice. So vayikach miyadam. They took from their hands. Vayitzer oso bacheret. And they created it with something called a cheret, right? And we're like, what is a cheret? V'yaseu egel masecha, and they made it a egel masecha. To figure out what that is also. V'yomer eila alechi Yisrael. This is eila. Very interesting lashon. Eila, plural. These is your God, Israel. Asher halucha me'eretz Mitzrayim. That was raised up from Egypt. Raised up from Egypt. What does that have to do with the golden calf? Raised up from Egypt.
Yeah, the Ayla is a little weird.
Yeah, very weird. Because very weird the Ayla. So what is Bacheret? So does Rashi even teach Bacheret? Let's check that out over here. Rashi, Mefarshim, Rashi. Here, by the way, hold up. Do something cool. Okay. Steigen, where are you at?
Oh, I like this.
Yeah, it's cool, right? Why can't I see both of us? Why do I only see one of us? Can't see me. Doesn't matter.
I
You can
see.
see me. You see me?
I see you. I see you and your
And
screen.
my screen. Okay, cool. So Rashi says, "Vayetzer also b'cheret." What's b'cheret? Yesh et argama b'shtei panim. Two ways to learn. Ha'echad vayatzar lashon keshira b'cheret lashon sudar. K'mo mitpachot v'acharitim. So one lashon is that they tied it together with like a durag kind of thing. Vayatzar kichrayim kesef b'shnei charatim. V'hasheni vayatzar lashon surah b'cheret lashon kli umanus hatzorfin v'hachortin bo suros b'zahav. Chisels, right? So v'hachoret, fascinating. Hachoret osios b'lugos uv'bingazim. This is unbelievable because cheret here has a tet, right?
Yeah.
But the Rashi over here is comparing it to choret, which means like to indent, like Ktav Hashem charut ala luchot, that the writing of God was like engraved into the thing, like they chiseled it, right? It was like chiseled in, but that's really tough. So it's very interesting. Because of Allah becheret enosh zeo shetirgem oglos v'tzar yaseh bezifa lashon ziyov kli umanu shechortzin bo zahav chisel chickity chiz osios ushkedim shegorim belaz nail. Yo, that might be a nail, right? Mizayifin.
Laz, which language?
It's ancient French, but like maybe like the way you chisel is you have that nail. Okay. Anyway, that was something I just wanted to check out. The Rashi. Okay, so let's see. Fine. So Egel Masecha Zok Rashi. Kevan sheishlichu leor bechor. Since they brought him to the light of Bechor, or the or Bechor. It could be like that's the fire of the furnace or something, right? Bo mechashve, after they threw the gold in the mechashve erev rav, sha'alu imahem mizrayim ba'asuhu bichshafim. So amongst this erev rav had a lot of different people in it, right? Amongst this erev rav, they had sorcerers, and the sorcerers made the golden calf. The yesh omer mika hayasham. Now, this Rashi needs a lot of learning. I did not figure this Rashi out. I don't even know who Mika is. Sheyatza mitoch dimosei binyan shenismayich bo b'mitzrayim. He was in a building and it fell on him in Egypt. I don't know who Mika is. You know who Mika is?
No.
Me neither. Gur Aryeh. Okay, you know who's the Gur Aryeh?
I did at a time. I forgot.
The Gur Aryeh. I might have forgot also. The Gur Aryeh. I want to say he's the Maharal Prague, but that might be wrong. So we're gonna We're gonna look it up. Gur Aryeh. Let's check out who it is. The Gur Aryeh. Oh, it's another Yehuda. It's the guy. It's another Yehuda. I think. Am I right? Am I wrong? Bleiben schwer. Gur Aryeh. You're saying, telling me Aryeh Kfir? Who did I say first? I said it was. Who did I say it was first?
From Prague, Maram.
Maram Prague. And then I was like, maybe it was another Yehuda. Okay. Gur Aryeh Sefer. Oh! Check this out. Maram Prague.
Yeah.
All right. So the Gur Aryeh, he explains Rashi. He says like this. Bo Michashve erev. So first of all, the first question that we're going to ask. Let's see Rashi before we see the Gur Aryeh. The first question that I'm going to ask is, why did Rashi have to be mafarish like this, right? Some people say it was Mika, and he went in the Muse Binyan, Chenizmayich Bob Mitzrayim. He had this cloth, I think. Shekaza Bo Moshe Ale Shor. Then Moshe wrote on it, go up shore, go up shore. Ox, go up ox. Lahalos Arono Shel Yosef, to lift the aron, the casket of Joseph, because they threw it into the Nile. And very interesting, the connection between Yosef HaTzadik and the Chet HaEgel. Like the same item that was able to lift Yosef's bones up from the bottom of the Nile was the same idol, was the same thing that created the golden calf. And it's especially interesting because Yosef is known as Bechor Shor. And here Rashi mentions Le'or Bechor, and he mentions Ale Shor. A very interesting Rashi. The Muse Mitzrayim. Let's see what the Gur Aryeh says. Right? The Gur Aryeh is explaining Rashi. So the first question is, why does Rashi have to explain this? Zok the Gur Aryeh. The Chalila Shiyeh, he says, Bo Michash Erev. He says, the Chalila, right? The Chalila Shiyeh Aaron Ose Egel. We're going to say that Aaron was the one who did it? Chas v'shalom.
This is kind of explaining, this is trying to explain why Rashi is blaming it on the erev, I guess.
Right, yeah. Aaron wanted to stop. That was Egel Masecha. Now, what's an Egel Masecha? Now, this is how we should be doing. But Egel Masecha. What's an Egel Masecha? What do you think a Masecha is? Very interesting. Corona word. You know,
covered up?
Yeah, very good. A Masecha is a mask. So they made an Egel Masecha. When Moshe came down, did they use the word Masecha again? What is this Egel Masecha? Lamed Beis Dalet. Parshas Kitisa, killed it. Lamed Beis Dalet. Wow. Lamed Beis Dalet, Egel Masecha. Zok Rashi Lashon Mateches. It's like metal. Davar Acher Kuf Chav A Kantarin Zahav Ayubo the Gematria Shal Masecha. All right. So it's Mateches. It's Unkelus says Egel Matcha. Like a golden calf or a metal calf. Okay. Just by the way, so remember we asked what's Pshat? Eila Elohecha Yisrael?
Right, like these gods, but even though it's one calf.
There's only right. There's only two things. Oh, there I am. Okay. You know, maybe I make this bigger. You know. No, it's not. Ooh.
I have the same sheet if you wanna. I could just put it next to the screen.
It's way cooler because now we're like.
We're sharing.
So yeah, this is cool. This is perfect. All right. So remember we asked that kasha. What do we do? First, we saw the psukim and we're like, oh, I have a kasha. Why does it say Eileh? And now, lo and behold, I legit just found this Yerushalmi in Sanhedrin Perik Yud Halacha Beis, and when I say just, I mean like 1 second ago, because I'm learning from the Heilige Torah Tamima, who tells it a vet. And the Torah Tamima says, Tanya, Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai Omer, Yud Gimel Agalim Asu Yisrael. 13, there were 13 calves. Ve'echad Demuzia Lechulan, and one was like a demus. It was like a, like, this one was just like the first guy that they made, right? Right? Dichsiv Eila Israel, Asher Halucha, Hara Yud Beishvatim, Dichsiv Zeh Elohecha, Asher Halecha, Hara Demusi Echel. So there were 13. There was one that they made, like, this is like the example, and then each of the tribes made, like, that's the Yerushalmi, and the diuk is what's Pshat Eila, right? Eila, Lashon Rabim. But in Nehemiah, very interesting. Nehemiah, what's Nehemiah? In Nehemiah, very strange they're talking about Nehemiah. All right, I'm glad that we saw that. We're gonna have to figure that out. But not only let's see the imkin they made this metal calf. Lo aso Aaron didn't do it. Elo michash ve'erev. There was the sorcerers of the erev. Ach b'nei ki al yidei Aaron zet Allah goes to Aaron ki lo aseu Aaron. It's as if Aaron did it, because Aaron got blamed because he was in charge. Why did they specifically make a calf? It's more fitting to make a calf that's gold than any other type of metal. Kamosha Aruzal, like it says in Yoma at the top of Daf Mem Hey Amid Aleph, Zav Peruyim, Pasuk in Divrei Yavim, Shedoma L'Dam Apar. Wow. It's saying that the reason that they did it, we're going to see that. Yo, this is like so cool. It's similar to the blood of the.
Which cow are you talking about?
Zahav. What?
What cow? What do you? What is it talking about?
It's talking about the blood of the cow is similar color to, or similar in some way to gold. Ooh. I just clicked on this pasuk in Divrei Yavim. Vayitzav es beis zabayis Evan Yikara Tiberes v'zahav parvayim. Zahav parvayim. That's talking about cows, right? Parot, parvayim. You see that zahav parvayim?
Yeah.
Talking about making the Beis HaMikdash, by the way, very interesting. Both blood and the Beis HaMikdash are very interesting that they're related to the sugya. Blood, because, and this, like, I'm saying that this is until I get a raya for this, this is just like a conspiracy theory that, like, is unproven. But I heard that one of the reasons that, like, whatever, basically, like, that, you ever hear of adrenochrome or something?
No.
Adrenochrome is apparently this insane drug that comes. But again, I don't have proof of this. I'm just starting to research this. It's just interesting that blood comes in because Bill Gates was boys with Epstein, right? Jeffrey Epstein. I think the Jeffrey Epstein conspiracy is also related to this somehow, and it's like this and this society.
But he's not part of the erev.
Who, Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah.
We don't know what the erev is, right? We don't know what the erev is. I'm not saying the erev is non-Jews. I'm saying that the erev could be made up of Jews and non-Jews, right? Because the erev, we're going to see the erev, they're Indian. They kind of. We'll have to talk about what the erev is, but like whatever. We're going to say that blood is relevant. If it comes up again, then I'll explain more. If like blood comes in, but here also they're talking about building the Beis HaMikdash. And who built the Beis HaMikdash?
First
The
one
first
or
one. Yeah, the first one.
not sure.
Good. So the so the erev. So the first base of Mikdash, Shlomo Melech built it, but he had help from some king named Hiram. Now, again, I don't have a proof for this. I was just starting to get into the sugya, but I believe that the Freemasons started like with that, like they built the first temple, right? And I don't know a lot about the Freemasons, but I know that that like they're relevant to the sugya. And again, we're talking about the base of Mikdash. And look what Rashi over here. He says, "V'zav parvayim." He says, "She'omer yichaveh zav tahor mizav parvayim," like cows. Haya parvayim sham shem makom was name of a place. So parvayim really the name of a place. Barabosenu birshu, but our sages told us shedoma ledam parim merov shivro v'ad mimuso. The gold was so good, you know. Bo mechashve erev. Okay, sheets. Add to the sheets. Okay. Bye bye. All right. Dam parvayim. Hold on, wait. Dam parvayim sheets. Add to the sheet. Bye. And then mefarshim. Zakt Rashi. Okay, back to Shir. So that Gerarye. So he's saying that it's domet to the bar. V'chein Yeravam. Oh, Yeravam. We love Yeravam. You remember Yeravam?
King, right?
What?
Was the
king.
king?
He was the king. You remember?
He was the one that was too from, I think.
No, he was the Yeravam. No, that was Yoshiyahu. Yeravam was the guy who like
Too political.
to not yet. No, he was good political, but he wasn't from. He wasn't like he like did a bunch of Vodazara and stuff. He did a bunch of like idolatry, and he was not righteous. But he like was. Rav Kook was saying that he was good for the Jewish people. Says Yosef Krach Echad. He gained land for Am Yisrael, and he was dealing with like that with the physical aspect of Am Yisrael. It's a good callback. But Rav Kook identifies him as Mashiach ben Yosef. Yeravam and Achav. And we already know that Yosef is mad in the sugya because the same
Alei Short.
The same Alei Short. Oh wait, what just happened? What is this? Oh, I thought that was part of a thing. Yo, I'm watching this Bill Gates thing, This Bill Gates thing. Like, not right now. Like, get out of here with that. They're not gonna let you put it up and be like, oh, copyright. Or you're talking bad about Bill Gates. I'm like, I'm not talking about Bill Gates. I'm talking about bad about the Sheba government. I just Sheba, whatever. And yeah, I am talking bad about Bill Gates because I think that he has something to do with this whole story. We don't know what it is. We're bleiben schwer, but he has something to do.
You don't have a raya for that though.
I don't have a raya, but I have raglayim ledavar. You know, if a girl goes inside, right? A girl goes inside, and she goes alone into a building with a guy. Then we're like, oh, like what's going on over there? We have like raglayim ledavar. We have like walk like steps. It's like the steps to the thing that maybe something's going on. So the husband goes and says, yo, don't go be alone with that dude that you were with. And she goes again, so then she becomes a sota. We can't kill her. Like, we don't kill her. Can't / don't / Baruch Hashem don't. But they make her drink this special water of the sota that they also put, like, the name of God in. And then, like, she blows up if she cheated. Very weird. But that's where the concept of raglayim ledavar comes from, which is we have the indication. The indication, like that, like we even get started in the fact that he knew about this, he warned about this 5 years ago, and then when it happens, the WHO, the World Health Organization, that he's like mad, like he's the number one supporter of it. He basically has the influence on the World Health Organization and owns that. And they were saying at the beginning, oh no, don't worry about it. It's nothing big. Wait a second. Didn't you tell us 5 years ago that something like this came out? It would be catastrophic. And now Bill Gates, you're telling us, oh, don't worry about it. There's no human-to-human contact. What was he trying to do? Was he trying to kill us? Was he trying to make Trump look bad? I don't know. Bleiben schwer. But there's and then like now all of a sudden Gates is everywhere and he's saying like, oh yeah, it's not going to be back regular until there's a vaccine. I don't know. Until there's a vaccine, people build immunity to it. Why does everyone have to be vaccinated? Like, I don't understand where he's getting this information, why he's saying this. I believe that he has a plot to vaccinate everyone. He's been tracking us on phones, and they've been doing that, and now they want more. Now they want to track us. They want to track us inside our bodies. And then again, this is just like a theory, and we're working on it. But maybe if they vaccinate us, they'll put in something that could even be tracking us from within. Maybe why is he so intent on everyone getting a vaccination? We can't go back into the world. It's not going to go back to normal until everyone's vaccinated. I don't know. I'm not getting vaccinated. That's for sure. And anyone who says this is off of YouTube, is kicked off of YouTube. Yo, we know base measures. Every opinion is accepted, right? In a base measures, like we talk things through. Oh, you say I'm not even having that conversation? That's like Haredi guy not talking about the army or Medinas Israel. I've met those people. And Bill Gates thinks that he can make us all afraid because like fear and psychological operation. But we grew up from. That's what all the rabbis tried to do with us. And tell us, oh, if you sin, then this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. So we already have, we're well practiced in this. Bill Gates is like, his fear tactics, whatever. All of this is theory, and I don't know. What do you think?
I have no idea.
No idea. Bleiben.
I just feel like if they're able to put something in a vaccine that we can't trace, if they have that technology, like any doctor could check the vaccine and see what's in it now.
That's a good point.
So it's America.
Well,
like,
you know that doctors right now, a lot of doctors right now are actually fighting back against the shadow government because they're saying they're boosting the amount of corona. They're saying, oh, if anything, if corona was present, then that's the cause of death. And the way they test for corona is not very clear that it is testing for corona. And a lot of these corona things are asymptomatic, and yet they have everyone in home, like at home. A lot of these doctors are calling shenanigans.
If it's asymptomatic, is it contagious or we don't know?
So they say that it is. That's their thing. Like, oh yeah, you can't know. And also you can't get tested. You can't know. Most people are gonna get vaccinated without even ever getting tested for it. It's not proven that the thing is corona. It's
a weird situation.
It's a weird situation, and we're just like researching it and like trying to figure out what it is. Because I believe that if this whole corona thing is like some sort of scam, if this is a scamdemic, then I think we have located who the Shibud Malchus is. The government, like Shibud Malchus that the Gemara says is the only difference between like regular times and the times of Messiah. The only difference is that there's not going to be this controlling of the government. One pshat I thought of, it says Shibud Malchus, it means oppressing government. What if
here's my here's my question. My question with Shibud Malchus is there's been many times throughout history where some sort of Shibud Malchus was overtaken.
Great
right? So the question is, what in the Gemara and Sanhedrin, what's the difference between that?
What's between that and now?
It's like when America became a country, they rebelled against.
Great question. So that's why I was thinking maybe you could say a pshat like this: that Shibud Malchios, because what it really means is Shiabud, oppressing, Malchios, kingships, right? If there's a world government that's controlling, that simultaneously they're controlling America and controlling China and controlling all the world government. They're being mishabed the Malchios. You know, they're like oppressing.
Shibu Malchia is above the government.
Yeah.
It's oppressing the government.
Yeah, governments rise and fall, but the spider with his legs all over the world, you know, and that's, by the way, maybe what all this anti-Jewish propaganda comes from, because the Jews are involved in the shadow government. I don't think it's not only Jews, and it's definitely by no stretch of the imagination all Jews or even a majority of Jews, maybe, but there are some Jews, Jeffrey Epstein, you know, and so there are Jews that are involved in this, and like, you know, and like the whole thing with the Jews with the octopus arms around the world, and so they say, oh, they draw the octopus arms with payas. What if this is like their excuse? Like they're trying to blame the Jews, so they won't look at them. But there are Jews that are involved in it, and that's why, like, to say that like they're talking about erev before we know exactly what the erev is impossible. But there are Jews in it, and you know the Rockefellers they talk about, but the Rockefellers also helped build Israel. You know, so they say, well, Zionism is right. This is all related to the sugya. There's a lot of Egyptian imagery in the Israel Supreme Court, in the Knesset, and so people are saying like, "Yo, it was built by the Rothschilds," and I don't know. We got to see. I got my eyes. We're just zugging bumbas at this point. And he says, and therefore, since we saw that pasuk in Divrei Yamim, he says, "V'chein shall Yeravim hayu agol." Oh, because Yeravim also made a golden calf. So you have 3 golden calves. You have Yeravim, Nehemiah, and the one in the midbar in the desert. There's a connection between gold and lambs, right? Calves. Ubale avodah zara choshvim ki yoser ritzonam naaseh kasher hachomer asher mimenu naasis mityaches el atzura. Very interesting. It's about these ovdei avodah zara, these idolaters. They think that their idolatry is more effective in the case where the substance that the idol is made out of is related to the thing that was made. Basically, talking about rituals and talking about talking about rituals and stuff. And we know that like all those groups love rituals, right? It makes sense that like there should be like a pshat, you know, it shouldn't be happenstance. What we said in Tashnei is bar b'samach od ulafech. They wanted to make an egel, and so they picked gold. Then he says, Dimuse. Remember we said, what's Dimuse Binyan? Zok the Gararie, the Hail Gemara Alibran, that was building golems, apparently. You know? Oh man, there's a huge bug right on top. Yo, my beard is so itchy.
Are you doing this before Corona, the beard? Or
no, it's my Rosh Hashiva beard. I don't know, maybe I'll probably shave it eventually, but especially because like it gets like mad like food on it and stuff, and like I was having falafel the other day, and like I was like tachina all over, whatever, it was crazy. Anyways, Pirush Dimus Shura Shel Binyan Avadim. So Dimuse Binyan is like a line of the building. Pirush Nismayach Binyan Al Paro. First of all, Nismayach Binyan, that's like the World Trade Center. It means literally it collapsed. And the World Trade Center is also related to this sugya. You know? Because I don't want to, I don't want to say things without sources, but if there is a global operation to get us to get all of our information and control us, like after 9/11, like a lot of laws just got passed, like the Patriot Act, where they could spy on us and they could check it. Oh, it's for national security. But now, like they're like deep spying on us. 9/11 was looking at our phones and our computers and stuff, and Corona might be their way to get inside the body. And I don't know if they're doing nanobots. I don't know. That's just a theory. But there's something that like, I'm not letting them put anything in me. You know, to put something inside of me. No, I don't think so.
Well, in
Unless,
Israel, they're tracking you because of Corona.
what?
In Israel, they're tracking you because of Corona. No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My friend got a text. Her cousin sent her. The text said, "You have crossed paths with someone who has Corona. It is incumbent upon you to stay in quarantine for 14 days. If you have any stings, blah blah blah, call this number and they'll take you to the hospital." Yeah, they're all over us like stink on a monkey over here, like white on rice. So the binyan, it fell on Paro, Shahari Yisrael Bonin, that the Jews were building. Whoa, they would take our kids. Oh, Jeffrey Epstein, right? And they would put them in the building in the place of a stone, right? First of all, the fact that they're taking kids is very Jeffrey Epstein-esque, because he would and the Illuminati and all these groups, they take kids. What's their Indian? Why do they all like sleep with kids? Like what? They couldn't get like adult women? Do they have to have little boys and little girls? What's going on? You ever think of that?
What is this building though? This building is where they kept them.
So the Jews didn't actually. So either this is the pyramid, and the Jews were the ones who built the pyramids, or they're talking about that when we built the Pitom and the Ramses.
Got it.
Right. Okay. So why do these societies why is there so much like sleeping with young kids in these societies? You ever think of that? Like, first of all, what's their deal? Like, why are they doing that?
No idea.
No idea. So I heard an explanation, but again, without like a source, like this is just like hearsay. And when you hear something from someone, then you say, okay, let me do the research, see if I can prove it. So I'll just tell it to you, and we'll see if we can find it. Because this sugya is always opening up to millions of different ways. The sugya is very big. But I heard that there's a drug called adrenochrome, and adrenochrome, the way you get it is if you terrify someone, if they get really scared, then adrenochrome is like in blood, and they drink the blood of these kids. They come out with these scary masks, and then they rape these kids, and then after they're finished, they slit his throat and drink his blood. Possible, but that's why I was interesting that blood is related to this sugya. And now they're talking about taking Jewish kids and sacrificing them, like that child sacrifice. It's just important to note, because that's our havamina. We still don't have a raya. This is definitely not a raya for that, but steig in here. Amar Moshe Rabbeinu alav hashalom b'chi kach osim levnei Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov. Says this is how you're going to treat the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the sons of Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Why don't you just say the sons of Yaakov? Why are we talking about Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov? Why do we talk about all three of them? Because the sons of Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov is everyone. That's like all like Christians and Islam, and they say that even like the Eastern religions were the kids that Abraham had with his third wife, Keturah.
Who says that?
Rashi. There's a Rashi over there that says that that they sent them east. They sent them east, right? Sent them east, and they gave them presents. And so I heard a pshat in that Rashi that the present was like this, like all the Eastern religion, the wisdom there, which we also, because there's a lot of similarities. There's a lot of similarities. Brahman is like the right. Brahmin is like a scholar. Brahmin. I don't know. Abraham.
For which religion?
Hindu. Buddhism. In the Rig Veda, I went to the report on the Rig Veda, and they called it the Brahmin. So, anyways, so this tower fell on Paro. I know there was kids in it. Amar Moshe, Avram Yitzchak Yaakov's kids are going to be here. Amar Kadosh Baruch Hu Kol Osan Yamim Banim Im Hayu Chayim Niskaimu Be'olam Hayu Rishayim. Hashem says, all of those kids, if they were alive, then they would have been Rishayim. Ve'im ein ata ma'amin. And if you don't believe that, kach echad mehem, take one of them, v'tir'em ma'iyem ma'asav. Okay, take one out. Take one of these kids out that the Egyptians were building houses with. Yo, dude, Freemason, building houses, child sacrifices. Steigenda. So they took Lokach as Mika, V'hu Asa as a Egel, the Bezel Mika. And so this guy was the one who in Shoftin, this is what I thought, Mika, he made the others of he killed all of his brothers, like, and he made the Egel and Pesel Mika.
So this is not his first time making
No, like what is Rashi over here? What is Rashi over here in Shemos, in the Midbar, talking about Mika? Talking about Mika. V'yesh over Mika Yesham, that he got out of the walls of this thing, that he was crushed in Egypt, and he had in his hand this thing. So this guy Mika, what was this Mika guy? What was he, like 1 million years old? It's very, very strange. Mika, he says, therefore it's called Mika. They call him a Mika because he was Nizmaich in the Binyan. Mika is obviously later, right? So first of all, awesome that we're still dealing with Yosef stuff, because Har Ephraim is the son of Yosef, right? Alis וגם אמרת באוזני, הנה הכסף איתי, אני לקחתי, ואתה אומר, אמי ברוך בני לאדוני. Talking to his mom, he takes some copper, Vayashav, okay, takes that money, makes it hektish, to Hashem, Yadid, Lazos pesel umasecha, v'yata ashivenu lach, return it to you. Ve'ish Mika, Lo Beis Elohim Vayaz Evod V'Trafim. Trafim, remember Trafim? Do you remember Trafim?
No.
So Trafim are what Rachel, when they ran away from Lavan, right? Remember they were working for Lavan and like Lot, her sister. And then Lavan comes back. He's like, where are my avodas are? Where are my idols? And so Rachel sat on them. And he's like, get up and look for my idols. And she's like, I can't. I'm having my period. He's like, all right. She was sitting on Terafim.
That was the name of the idol.
What?
That was the name of the idol?
That was the way the idol was described, yeah. And so it's interesting it's interesting that that's coming together also, because what was going on with those trafim, all of it, everything, right now we're at the very beginning of the sugya. I've never taken on a sugya this big before. Usually you have a sugya, you have a few makoros, you can put them together, 3, 4, right? Like 3, 4 makoros, like in the Gemara, is like a huge sugya. You know? We have like hundreds of makoros here. And we're just, you know, steigend up. Could you see my entire screen, or you can only see like the Safari thing?
I see the Safari, like the Safari page.
You see the Safari page? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hold on. So now we saw that Gerarya, we saw that Rashi. Back through the system with the Riff-Raff again. Paparazzi with the cameras. All right. Okay, so they made these things, right? So yikach miyadam vayatzer oso b'cheret. Hold up. I said hold up. You know what that is? You know who says that? Hold up.
Not so familiar.
Yeah, it's Nicki Minaj.
What song is that from?
What?
I think she just got her first #1 song.
Nah, she has Brazilian #1 song. Nicki Minaj is the
Like
best.
Billboard 100, #1.
Oh, really? Nice.
First time.
How did she not get there beforehand? Nicki Minaj is the best female rapper alive.
That's what I thought when I read that today. I read that
Right?
somewhere. But
She's the queen, Nicki. All right. Queen Nicki. Nicki, yeah, here's how it goes. Nicki is the queen, Wayne is the king, and Eminem is God.
who's the king?
Lil Wayne.
Wait,
And Eminem is the rap god.
he's a god. Okay.
Eminem is the rap god, yo. No questions. He's the best. But whatever. Like, he's there's no one who's ever like talked about like what's going on internally and like expressed themselves like Eminem, like self-awareness. You know, I tell you guys that 2 ways to become the 3 best ways. The 3 best ways to become self-aware. One is Gemara Rashi Tosfos, Gemara and like the Rishonim, like figuring out how to learn how to think about something, right? Like that. Second way is listening to Eminem, and the third way is watching BoJack Horseman. Those are the 3 ways to become self-aware. Eila Elohecha, V'lo ne'amar Eila Eloheinu. Oh, it's a good deal by Rashi, right? We asked about the question of Eila Elohecha, about the Eila, right? We're like, oh, why is it Eila? He says Eila Elohecha. These are your gods, Yisrael. Telling us who our gods are. Lo ne'amar Eila Eloheinu is not saying that this is our God. Mikan she'erev she'ol Mizraim me'im she'nikalu al Aaron me'im she'asa'u ve'achar kach yitu es Yisrael acharav. So first, you know, this is your God, Israel. They're telling us who our God is, and then they're convincing us. They hitu as Israel. They're like the Indian of the erev is it's like a psychological warfare almost. It's a psychological operation. They like confused the Israelites. The next thing I put in here is just
I'm confused by the erev sense.
What?
I'm still confused what the erev are, because in the pasuk it said, or maybe in Rashi it says they're gerim.
Right. Rashi says, "Taroves umos shel gerim."
Gerim. So are they Jewish? Like, there's no like was Jewish even a thing then? You know what I mean? Like, what would they convert to?
Well, Jewish wasn't a thing. Jewish was the tribe of Judah, right?
Right. So what is it?
Hey, so here's this is a theory that I've been thinking about, and I don't know, tell me what you think. It says there are a taroves of people of Gerim, and they came and they converted to Israel. They became Israelites. I don't know, like the process of like that it needed to be by then, because this is before we even got the Torah. But I view the erev Rav as maybe we can view the erev Rav as a movement, just like we have been viewing just like we have been viewing, like the Mashiach, not as a person, but as a movement. They're not as two people, but as two movements. One is focusing on the spirit, one is focusing on the physical, but they're two movements intended on lifting the world up and bringing the world to a greater level of consciousness and spirituality and, kedusha and self-awareness. So it's a process. So I want to understand that the erev is not a specific nation. It's not a person. We're not going like Nazis over here and saying, or Nazis are pretty much like a lot of people saying that, oh, yo, we hate erev because they're erev and we're gonna cut down erev.
Yeah, because it seems like they're being singled out a little bit.
Yeah, listen, when I was giving share, I was learning with Harry and Amari, and we started talking about the erev, and I refused to like say anything bad about the erev, and I wrote it in my hands like it's a sugi that we're gonna figure out. This is before Pesach, and then like they were dissing, like Harry was dissing erev or something. I put it up like erev, If I'm only willing to consider the erev not as like people, not as like a nation. Like, oh, we're against this nation. We have to cut. No, erev is a movement, and the movement is a movement that's trying to sway the minds of humanity, and they do that through possibly right. That they do that through, politics and entertainment, and you have your news. You have the two government set news options. You could either be a Fox guy, or you could be a CNN guy, you could be Republican, you could be Democrat. These are the two options that we have, right? Everything else is off of YouTube. Now we have to prove that the government isn't involved in YouTube. The proof that I have there is that the World Health Organization, anything that disagrees with the World Health Organization, which is Bill Gates, who by the way hates Donald Trump, anything involved in the World Health Organization is taken off. Anything against that is taken off of YouTube. That is the most suspicious thing. What are they trying to hide? And it's those people that if we're going to say the erev, we don't know. We still don't know. We're only a few makoros in. But if we're going to say that's the erev, and by the way, I just put up Jay-Z because of his lyric, back through the system with the Riff-Raff again. The erev is called the Riff-Raff. Now, it would be very interesting because also people say that Jay-Z is Illuminati. Jay-Z is that stuff. Now, I happen to be a huge fan of Jay-Z. Huge fan of Jay-Z. I'm talking like he's one of Jay-Z and Beyonce. Oh, these are like, but I'm not gonna say anything bad about them. It's just interesting that he mentions the Riff-Raff again. Back through the system with the Riff-Raff again. Okay. So we're just figuring it out. But if these people are really trying to control us, and 9/11 was trying to control us in one way, and then Corona is trying to control us in another way, and the fact that they're faking, and doctors are coming out saying that like they're faking like that this thing that they're faking Corona in various ways by boosting up the numbers or right, and we don't know who released it. All we're saying is that if that's the case, then that would fit that they would be the erev, this movement who is trying to make a big mix-up in our head. What does erev mean? Erev means big mix, the mixed multitudes. The multitudes, because they Rav is like the multitudes. But what if erev is people were making like a big erev, like a big erebuvia, making everything confused, nothing's what it seems. That would also stem with the erev. Let's go back there, yeah?
Yeah.
You want to read the next pasuk?
Yeah. V'daber Moshe l'achreid ki shichet amcha eretz heleta meretz Mitzrayim.
What does it say? What type it? V'daber Adonai al Moshe. Yeah. I'll read the Hebrew.
What does raid mean?
Great kasha. Raid. What do you see? What word do you see there? Do you know? So this is a tough one because sometimes why Why? Yud could be a fickle letter in Hebrew. What if you added a yud to that word?
Go down.
Ah, nice.
That's really what it means?
Yeah. Lechre, he was on top of the mountain, go down. Shiches, what's shiches?
They screwed up.
They destroyed, yeah. The shachet.
The nation destroyed Asher
Or
Elitim.
destroyed, or like where they were perverse.
What
Your
we
nation,
brought out from
your
Egypt.
nation was like krum. Shiches amcha. And again, what do they say? Asher ha'leisa me'eret Mitzrayim. Didn't we just see that lashon? Asher ha'lucha me'eret Mitzrayim in Shemais, Lamed Beis Daled, and now we're in Lamed Beis Zion, and again it says your nation that you took up from Mitzrayim. You see that? It says that Shemos Lamed Daled. Wait, where are we? Where are we staggering over here? Lamed Beis Zion. Lamed Beis. I could just click on it, but I wanna. Here, Asher Lucha Me'eret Mitzrayim, making it a thing. And then again, it says, God says to Moshe, go down, yoink, X. Go down, because because like your nation is like perverse and whatever, shiches, and he says, Asher Lucha Me'eret Mitzrayim. He say it again. Wait, again. Chet. Saru Mehar Ma'her Minader. They have deviated quickly.
What does Ha'lucha mean? Like that you took out?
Lashon Aliyah.
But is it that Moshe took out, or Hashem took out?
Let's see. In the beginning it says. Let's see the different lashonos. The first one is Vayara Ki Moshe Moshe. They saw that Moshe taking a long time. La read as Minahar Vayikal Ha'am Al Aaron Vayomer Elav Kum Aseh Lanu Elohim Asher Yeldu Lanenu Ki Zeh Moshe Ha'id Asher Elanu. Moshe is the guy who took us, who raised us from Egypt.
So Hashem is saying,
we don't know what happened. And then it says, okay, like Aaron's like, take all your jewelry out, and they took it out, and they brought it to Aaron, and he took it, and he threw it, and he says, this is your God, Israel. Rashi and the Gerari say it wasn't Aaron who did it, he just blamed because like he should have been like a better leader. And here it is, Asher Ha'lucha Me'eret Mitzrayim, that you brought up from
it's like
Egypt.
he doesn't want
This is the erev talking to the Jews, or to the Israelites, right? So, but that's the second time that it says that you took up from Mitzrayim, right? And then in Zion it says, right, they got up the next day and they ate and they drank, and they got up to laugh and probably have like orgies, right? Litzachek. What do you think litzachek means? To laugh. Litzachek. Adrian Matter said Gil Arias. Oh yeah, I called it.
Did you know that beforehand, or you just guessed that?
I just intuited that from the word litzachek, because it says litzachek be and also shvichas damim, not only gilras, also shvichas damim. I didn't know that one. Kumo vayagumu na'arim ve'yishachaku lepanenu. Afkan nerag chor. Oh, they killed chor. So basically, they were killing and they were having blood orgies. That's straight up a blood orgy that was going on, you know. What's this thing in Shmuel? Beis, wow. Vayal sham David v'gam shtei nashav achinoam ha'Yisraeli v'gam. Huh? Vayachakim v'yishal David. Wait a tick. It says vayisachaku. But the yishachaku, that like they were laughing. So basically we got a serious blood orgy going on over here. Now Shmuel Bet, Perek Bet is a lot of like David and Shlomo stuff. But where does he talk about Vayishachaku Lefanav
Sarah, doesn't Sarah do that?
What?
Isn't there a pasuk where Sarah laughs at
Right. That's what they call him Yitzchak. Good Zushtel. But that I was just talking about laughing, you know. Oh, she started laughing because Derech Noshim Hayali, because she started having her period again at 90 years old or something, 99, whatever old she was. And we're saying that it's the lashon of killing, talking about blood. Boom, blood's back in the sugya. Maybe that's relevant. But over here, they talk about. Wait, we gotta look at Vayisachaku. All right, now we're staggering here. Vayitzachaku. But where is that though? Hey. Again, I say the erev Israel. He says shvichas damim. So this was a blood orgy. Straight up, this was a blood orgy. Oh no! Litzachek. Should I add this one to the sheet? You gotta add the pasuk before the thing. I need all right, and then add the Rashi. And then we want to see what's going on in this thing in Shmuel. So we're gonna go back here. We're gonna be like Tanakh. Okay, where is Tanakh? Oh, Shmuel bet. Yudalid. Remember Avner? No, Yakumuna Narim Be'Zachakul Panav. Vayomer Yoav Yakumu. So the 14th verse. So Vayitzachek. Vayitzachakul Panav. Vayomer Yoav Yakumu. Ve'avru Mispar Shneim. As I live in Yemen. The Ish Bojas Ben Show. David Yatzav Yikishem Al Brecha Gibon Yachdav Yerulim Al Brecha Mizeh Ve'ele Al Brecha Mizeh. And so Avner is this deal of they should get up and they should fight. So David. Yidgaru Milchama Ele Ve'ele Derasok. They should have war games. There owes me mehem Yozer Melumad Milchama. So it's not saying. So okay, so Rashi over here says that it's talking about shvichas damim. You think they actually killed people during the war games? But I don't know. Who knows how war games were back then? And still, it's like a good ride, and that was war. And that's amazing because you have a blood orgy. That's what happened. And we know that the blood orgy. We were talking about that with adrenochrome. Scamdemic. So then he says again, Asher Elucha me'eretz Mitzrayim, Asher Eleza me'eretz Mitzrayim. God says to Moshe, you're coming from Egypt. And they did the Avodah Zarah to it. They made this egel, they did rituals to it. And they said, this is your God that you took up from Egypt. Does it mention Egypt again?
Was God against the erev not supposed to come originally?
Yeah, we're gonna see that. There was Moshe was like, "Yo, let's get him in," and then I was like, "Well, why?"
Right, because God keeps saying that you took out of Egypt, that Moshe that you took out of Egypt.
Incredible deal, bro. Incredible.
It's like he's reminding him of his mistake.
Yeah. But what do you mean that Moses made a mistake? Like, what's going on? And then if Shlomo and the king of Hiram, and so I was thinking, why did he get this Freemason on help? And it's wait a second, well, Moshe also brought these people on, and so maybe eventually there's gonna be a partnership or something. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure this out. But he says to him, basically, he destroys the 10 Commandments, the 2 tablets, 2 are the luchos that Moshe broke, or that Moshe brought. Machlokes Gersos. Oh, here again. Vaydaber Hashem el Moshe. Lech alei mizeh ata v'am asher helesa. That's about the nation that he brought from Eretz Israel. El Eretz Asher Nishbati, the land that I promised. Okay. All right. Jay-Z. Love Jay-Z. I would put him in my source sheet every week if I could. Go down. Shires, right? So Rashi over there says, Shires Amecha, that your nation was like destroyed. Shires Amon. It doesn't say that like the nation was destroyed. Ela Amcha, your Am. Dude, erev shekibaltem me'atmecha v'geyartem v'lo nimlachtem. You didn't ask me. I want to have them. They were doing it. So, dude, that's exactly what you're talking about. That's exactly your deal. It's unreal. Kol hakavod, bro. The next source is in Bamidbar. I randomly just like when I'm doing research. So I have a playlist on YouTube with all these things, but you can't put things that are taken off YouTube on the playlist. I don't know if I can even click on this link. Hold up. Oh, let me just. Oh, you can't copy from it. Wait, hold up. I know how to do it. Get out of here. So I just like took a bunch of like sources, and I was like, yo, like, what's the deal? And like just things that like I think like is important for people to see. I just threw them anywhere in the sugya. This is the doctor saying that the fake COVID-19 numbers, and she goes through it and she goes through how it's done. This video got taken off of. I just went to a random time.
The sound doesn't work on my.
Oh, really?
Yeah, doesn't connect.
The sound doesn't connect. Okay, we'll figure.
But I could watch it after. At the short.
Yeah, it's just very interesting. Let's see, like, is there other things, you know? Yeah, I think it's like. Does she have like? I just think I didn't even watch it. I just listened to it while I was playing Fortnite. Wow, I just watched. There's no person. Basically, what they're talking about is that everything that they're saying here, whistleblower doctor, vaccine, CDC, coronavirus, pandemic, fraud science, exposed medical malpractice. That's why I brought this. I thought it was like kosher for people to see and to know about because this is taken off of YouTube, right? Sorry. This is talking about like in numbers when they're in the desert and they were like complaining bad in the ears of God. When he got upset. And it ate, right? God's fire ate the sides of the machane. Who's the sides of the machane? So it says the muktzim lahem l'shifos. That's erev. It's the ones that like we're kind of like we were racist towards them. We kind of didn't like let them come to our party so much. Which, by the way, when I saw that, I'm like, yo, I'm all in on the erev. And maybe that maybe that was the mistake with the erev. Was like we're nice to them, we treated them like, oh, you're not part of you're not an Israelite, an authentic Israelite. You're not a You know, you're not a pure
It
blood.
goes against like everything we believe in and how we should treat a ger almost. Like
I know,
we keep
right?
singling them out.
I know, right? Because we were Gerim in Mitzrayim. That's the reason why we should be good to Gerim. Why should we be good to Gerim? Because we used to be. We used to be like out-of-towners in Egypt. And so now if someone comes and joins our midst, we should be nice to them because we remember how bad it is to be treated badly. Right when we leave Egypt, we're like such dicks. Sorry, excuse me. Right when we leave Egypt, we're like so mean to you know, like what's PASHUT? Like that we're so mean to great.
What does the last line of that Rashi mean?
Right. So we started it. It says, Rav Shimon ben Menassia Omer. Rav Shimon ben Menassia says, "V'kitzinim shebehem uvagedolim." In the kitzinim, the leaders of the nation. Like, no, it wasn't that the erev were getting killed, but it was the leaders of the generation. Why would it be the leaders and the gedolim of the generation?
So that disagrees?
Yeah. Two different pshatim of who God sent this fire against. Why was it the kitzinim? Why would it be like the leaders? Maybe because the leaders were not being good leaders and saying, yo, this is how we should act. Maybe the leaders were sitting in their yeshiva and teaching Torah, and okay, it's not my problem. Some of my talmidim are throwing rocks at soldiers. I don't have to get involved, right? Where are the leaders? Where are the leaders? Where are the leaders?
But I'd be curious how Reb Shimon got that, because it seems a little inconsistent with what it's shot in the pasuk, meaning like. I mean, I don't know, but the whole thing about how
dude, amazing, like good sensitivity. You're saying, I understand in the side of the camp, we could say, that could be the erev because we were not hanging out with them. We're saying, yo, stay by the end, stay by the edges. And so God sends fire to get those erev. I understand that. But how could you tell me they could say, the leaders are not on the periphery of the camp, they're right in there. What's going on? I thought of that question, and so I think the answer is that we could say on the it could mean the periphery, right, on the outside, the physical, or it could be the conceptual top 1%, right? It could be the gedolim. It could be the leaders. Now maybe the leaders were, I don't know, but. Maybe that's what it means. That they can say machane on the edge, meaning the edge. Like if you put the entire machane on a thing, it's all the people that are like right on top. But so that's maybe the erev, maybe it's kitzinim. I want to say that the erev might have been the kitzinim shebe machane, the leaders. I mean, obviously not Moshe, but you know, some of these other leaders that went in, some of those other leaders that went in and started saying the spies, you know, the Meraglim who went in and they came to Israel and they're like, oh, we can't do it, it's too hard, and like everyone was like bugging.
What source is Rashi quoting? What is that?
Sifri.
What can you remind me what the Sifri is?
Yeah. So there is a collection of brisas that's collected not according to the associative nature of the Gemara, and like this is related to this Masechta Shabbos. It goes according to the psukim in the Torah, and there is a sifra. Is Devarim is sifra, Bamidbar is sifri. It's called sifri. Vayikra is called Torah's Kohanim. Shemos is called Mechilta, and they don't have one on Bereshis. Too many secrets, I think. But we don't have one on Bereshis. But it's a collection of brisas. There's another participant. He might have been here forever. I just didn't see. Hold up. I say hold up. Something. What's
by the way, I have to go at 7:30. Just
7:30. How long is that? In 10 minutes?
10 minutes. Yeah.
How do I how do I put this back up? And like, cause like some guy that oh here, stop share. There might be a participant in the lobby. Max's iPhone, admit. Nice. Hey bro. What's Gucci? Great to see you. How long were you waiting in the lobby, by the way?
A while, but it's okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so
No,
sorry.
it's my bad for being late.
No. It's our bad. This will be odd. Welcome. And also, Jake's like leaving soon, so we'll like
sweet.
go over what we're doing. But right
Love
now,
your cap, your G-rag.
Oh, my jurag, yeah. I don't know, just like saw it. I cleaned up today, and like I saw this, I'm like, yo, put it on. Okay, so we're learning about the erev. Oh man, you're waiting for a while. How long is a while?
It's fine.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
We left him in Biksei HaMachaneh.
Oh, he said, oh, let me in Zoom. Sorry, I'm late. And that was at 20 minutes ago. Okay. All right. That's okay. So, all right, so share screen, Google Chrome, share. All right, so we saw some Makoros about the erev. Max will fill you in at the time. But right now, we're seeing another puzzle, okay? The Asufsav Asher B'Kirbo is Avut Aiva V'Yadru V'Yivku Gam B'nei Yisrael. So first it was the Asufsav, which is Rashi, Elu erev Shene'asvu Lehem B'Tzeisam Mizrayim. When they left Mitzrayim, they were joined the erev. And so first it was them that like were like, oh yo, we want this stuff, we want this taiva, and then they started crying, and then it was B'nai Israel, and B'nai Israel was like, oh, who's gonna feed us meat? You know? And we spoke about earlier how the Indian of the erev, we spoke about the erev are not specific people. We're not like saying like, yo, like we're coming for the erev and like there's a specific race and we're racist. No, the erev, just like the two messiahs, this is a movement, right? They have the Mashiach and Yosef movement, the Shevet Dov movement, and then you have the erev movement, right? Which is it kind of sways the opinion of the nation or of the world, and we saw that like that's what the erev did, and we saw some stuff, and like again we see that that's their Indian. We see that that's their Indian. We're gonna go back, me and Max, after Jake leaves. We'll go back and we'll flesh that out.
Do you think the Rashi though that says that the erev were put on the outside of the camp kind of refutes the movement?
Refutes the movement. What movement?
The fact that you're saying that they were a movement, because it's obvious. Doesn't it kind of say it's like a specific people that were at a specific part of the camp rather than a movement, or no?
No, I mean that's where their movement was chilling.
Okay.
I mean it was going that was like their like home base, you know. But it was either them and it was the physical outskirts of the camp, or it was like the top 1%. It was the Gedolim, it was the Ketzinim, and they were the ones who were like causing all of this like, oh, we want this, we want meat, we want this. And I don't know, they could have been both. It could have been both the erev, but that's their Indian, that they are the Ketzinim and they are the Gedolim Sheba'am, and they try to sway their constituents. And if that's the case, that goes really well with the Gemara in Brachos and Daf Yud Zayin that we saw, that says that the Indian of Gog Magog is that the slaves come against their masters. That would be very nice if the erev was the Gedolim Sheba'am, because then it would mean they could be part of the Jews. They could also be this mixed multitude that came from Egypt, that joined us. Anyone could be an erev. This is not about eugenics. This is not about like what a person's genetics are and like we're gonna get these, right? It's about a movement, and that's how we do it in the base measures. We talk about like ideas. Right? We're not talking about an individual person or even an individual nation. We're talking about the ideas that they're coming, this controlling of consciousness, right? to try to bring down the conscience. And maybe Moshe thought, oh, I could bring these people up, and so we'll bring them. But it turned out that Moshe couldn't. And then when Shlomo was working with Hiram, which is the beginning of the Freemasons, again, I have to get some rayas on that. I'm going to write that down. Shlomo, Hiram, erev, part 2 sugya. You know, Vayas Chirom. Shlomo, Hiram, erev, inclusion, right? Because Moshe included the erev, and Shlomo went and included the erev, if they were the erev, right? So we got to see the Freemasons and the Illuminati back through the system with the Riff-Raff again. Okay. They say, Basar. Who's going to feed us Basar? Wait, they didn't have meat, says Rashi. Didn't it just say earlier in Shemais, New Days, they took the erev and they took the meat. V'im Tomar, and if you're going to say Achalum, that they ate them all, however, can he says them la'aretz never making a rabbi Levnei Reuben? Didn't they say that Reuben had a lot of things? Reuben, weren't they in the other side? Knesset la'aretz. Elashim evagshim alila. They were just looking for something to complain about, right? They were just looking for something to make a big deal about. The Ibn Ezra says, "Me'achim Mitzrayim she is arev ma'im," right? The erev, the gam erev. The Ibn Ezra says that it's like Egyptian people that got into them, right? The Rashbam says Lashon Ta'aroves v'yiz arvu b'goyim. They got like mixed up. The Indian of the erev is to cause confusion. The Indian of this movement is to be foggy, you know, is to not let people think for themselves and work out things themselves, but it's to maybe bombard them with so much, I don't know, entertainment and food and sex and all this stuff. And just like we saw earlier, by the way, Max, we saw earlier, very amazing. We saw that there was a blood orgy by the Chet Egel. If we say that by the Egel, and that was cool, because like we know that like a lot of these secret societies, like that's what they do. And boom, like that's exactly what it says. And the reason that they use the golden calf is because gold is reminiscent of the color of the blood of calves. Crazy stuff. And Egel Masecha, the Tzachek, we say it's Gila Reyes and Shvichas Davim. They killed Chor. And we say that these things, you know, these things, oh, by the way, they say, whatever, okay, Steigen here. All right, we saw before also, Charus al-Luchos, that's the Cheret that we saw, the tough tent. Okay, moving on. Ve'omer Adonai el Moshe, Psalach ha-shnei luchos avanim karishonim. This is the time Moses broke the tablets, and he's making it, make 2 luchos, like the first one. Because of the luchos, as the Devarim, Shahayu al-Luchos are Rishonos Asher Shibarta, that you destroyed. Max, you want to read this next Rashi? It's pretty big.
Sure, but I'm reading it on my phone, FYI.
You're reading it on your phone? Well, actually, okay, cool, go for it.
You want to take it actually, Shmuel? I don't want to hinder the group.
No, you can take it. You can take it. It's just Wiles has to go soon. So I was thinking about like giving him a goodbye present, letting him.
Oh, do it. Take it. You can take it.
And then when we're like Steigin, you see some of these Makoros that I brought later, but
I could read it because Max. I'll give Max my goodbye present.
oh, yo, it's like the
Which Rashi is it?
the Psalacha. It's like the what you're doing.
The whole
is
thing,
like
or
what the media is doing to Trump. If Trump wants to move on, someone else raises their hand. They're like, I actually want her to ask the question. I'm trying to gotcha Trump. That's what you do. You're like, I'll let him ask.
Should I start from the beginning or?
And from Salacha.
Psalcha harehu.
What is psalacha, right? We saw that. We saw that before, right? That says psalacha. Shnei gozavanim karishonim. Because avdi alugos es advarim asher ayu. Alugos arishonim asher shibarta. I love that asher shibarta. Classic, right? All right. So psalacha means make for yourself.
Okay.
Okay, go for it.
I don't know how good I'm gonna do translating this, but
This is a tough one.
Yeah, harehu michzav snipurnun mitoch ohalo. I'm not sure what michzav is and snipurnun.
Sni san pirinon. I don't know what michzav is. Michzav. Machzav san pirinon. No way, we're reading that whole measures now. Something. He's like, don't worry, all of the, it's not, san pirinon is a type of, it was the substance that the luchos was made out of, I think. And he says, don't worry, you know, we're gonna, there's gonna be like, you're gonna have to, what's that word? You're gonna have to like chisel for yourself a thingy. You're gonna have to chisel, he says, and all of the chisels, like the pisoles is going to be yours. That's why they say pisal lecha. The pisoles is like all of the stuff that like comes off on the side, which is still valuable in the beer. But that's not okay, fine. That's like that's the first pshat. What's the second pshat? Psal lecha tashivarta rishon. You broke the first one. Psal lecha. You make for yourself the last ones. Mashal melech shahalach lemedina zayam. It's a. I take this. Mashal melech shahalach lemedina zayam.
V'haniach arusato im hashvichut. So it's like
what's a mashal?
Like a fable, like story about
a
king who went to
Chutz Laaretz, Medina Sayam.
Oh, that's what chutz. Okay, v'haniach arusato im hashvichut. I don't know what that means.
And he left his fiance with the slave woman, right? With his servant women. Mitoch kilkul ashvchot. Yeah, go for it.
What's kilkul?
What's mikalkel?
Curse?
Close. Kilkul. It's a klala. Kilkul is like mikalkel, like to ruin something. Like on Shabbos, it's only usher if you're doing something to mitake, not mikalkel. To fix it, not to destroy it. So hanging out with these slave women, apparently it messed up. It messed up ideologically. Again, we're talking about ideological kilgul. We're talking about a psychological operation, right? Yatzaleh Shem Ra. She was hanging out with these slave women. She was probably out partying, flashing people, doing drugs. So like people started talking about it. Yo, this chick, bad apple, they were saying. Amar Shoshvina, the ones that were like the best men at the wedding, like the homies of this girl, right? Her bridesmaids or friends, whatever. They get up and they rip up the kasuba. They rip up the marriage document. Amar, Im Yomar Melech Laharga, if the king says to kill her, Omar Lo, Adayan Ena Ishtach, yeah, she was sleeping around, yeah, she was doing drugs, but yo, she wasn't your wife yet. Badak Melech Lematz. So the king found this out. Shalohaya Kilkul Elamina Ishmachos. The king found out, yo, this whole time that like she was like ruined and she was like swayed. That only came from the shvachot, and he forgave her, of course. He realized that, like, yeah, okay, fine, you were under so much krum influence, right? Amar lo shoshvina kazuvlika kasuba acheres shenikar, right? Another kasuba. That's the reason there was another. That's the reason there was another tablet. Amar lo amelech asher karato osa ada kana lecha nir acher ve'ani echtov lecha b'ksav yadi. Get yourself another area, and I will write it with my handwriting. But the king in this fable is the Eibishter. Hashfachot elu erev. The shfachot, they are the erev. The slave women, that's the erev who were like swaying the queen. Hashoshvi, or the fiance, Hashoshvin Zem Moshe, the best man. I was like helping out. That was Moses. Arusazo Shal Kadosh Baruch Hu, who Eli Yisrael. That's us, right? We're the Kala, and so that's like the whole story. But again, the erev is this idea.
Rashi.
What?
It's a good Rashi.
Oh, that's a sick Rashi. That's a sick Rashi. That's a crazy Rashi. Right, yo,
right.
So you're out. Peace, bro. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Always, bro. This was awesome. Great to see you. And all right, cool. And I hope we'll see you next week. And yo, if you got like ideas on the sugya, if you got things, hit me up anytime. And if you just want to talk also. All right, peace out, bro. Bye-bye. All right, Max, get yourself off of silent, yo. What's up? Hey, where'd he go? Oh, we stagnant.
I'm here. Shmuel, we're dropping through.
Losing internet.
So, there's a strong chance of losing internet, but I'm with you until then.
Okay, so we saw some. I found these things. These Mikoros. Donnie 18. Oh yeah, that's cool. I brought this guy who brings a lot of gruz, talking about the erev, talking about the head of the Jews, or the head of the, right? It talks about, we're not going to go into the grow, we're not going to go into this thing yet. It was pretty interesting. You could, so you talk about the Twin Towers, it's like, but that was like some autistic guy who wrote that. Like literally, I found this guy, he was autistic, and he has like this like website, and he talks about like Torah. It's pretty cool. And he says like the Gemara Bava Basra and Daf Yud Beis on Beis, it says that when the Beis, like after the temple was destroyed, like prophecy was the realm of the crazy people, because it showed him, right? And he's like, that's him. I'm like, yo, it's Cray Pride all the way. So here you see that the Achor Chaviv is Azar Kavim Kishafim. He says that they put the Shvachot first, the slaves or the maidservants and their kids, because their kids, they were the erev. I tried to bring that Rashi. They brought me a different Rashi. But that's pretty cool, yo. If that's shot, where did I see that? Oh, you know where I probably saw that in that autistic kids thing. That the erev was the sons of Bill and Zilpah. Wow. I never heard that. Like, because also it's explicitly not true, because the erev was the mixed multitudes. They came from the Egypt. They came from like the we saw some record over here. It says that the slaves and prisoners of war and the Egyptians have been convinced. You're telling me that the Shvachos, forget about that, Rashi. I saw it somewhere in here. I don't know, yo. it doesn't sound like that's really shot. That like this guy's saying that like that's the erev is the kids of the shvachot. Don't think so. Okay, we saw this psukim. Okay, so Gemara. Why did I bring this whole thing? Oh, just because like it's Egypt stuff. Okay, you can check that out. Gemara in Kedushin says, okay, so really from here and onward is really another shir, and it's talking about Egypt and talking about like the sorcery in Egypt and what exactly was that Indian. If you're thinking you're going to lose reception soon, yeah, we can go over it. We could also like see the beginning of the shir, unless you want to watch it. People don't want to hear like we said some cool things about the erev and talking about sorcery a little bit and who they were. The main point that we have so far is that we're not saying that the erev is like non-Jews or Jews. Like the erev is a movement, and that movement is intended to sway the hearts of the beings, and the movement is running an operation, and they want us, and they're feeding us stuff, and we saw this all inside the Makoros, that like what they do, their Indian was this to sway the Jews, that and to sway the Israelites, right? And the Mechashve erev, the sorcerers, and they said that one of these guys is one of the Jews that was like stuffed into the wall of the pyramid that we built, and they took him out, and like how is this possible? Moshe said to Hashem, how is it possible that one of these, that like you're killing the kids, child sacrifice? How is it possible? So God said, this is very weird. He's like, yeah, but all of them are going to be Rishayim. Anyways, I'll show you. And he brought them out. And so this was a Jew, a bona fide Jew that was a child sacrifice. And like they took him out of the Musei Binyan they put him instead of a brick. Jews, you don't have bricks? Let's take your kids and child sacrifice them. And so they took him out, and he was the one who threw it in, right? And they were the ones who like convinced the Jews to make the calf. It seems like, I would say, oh, it's his fault, he's bothering me. Like, dude, you gotta take responsibility for your own thing. The Jews were blaming the erev, that's what their idiot is. The blood orgy we saw also before. The next Megoros, we're just gonna run through them. Just like cool stuff about Egypt. Because, one of my best friends is Egyptian, and he's half Egyptian, half Palestinian. And it's like funny, it's like, those are the two people that like Jews definitely beef with, and the Germans. I have German friends also, obviously. But you see, I don't know. I don't believe that in this whole paradigm that they're feeding us, there's the Jews versus this other thing, that it's religion wars, race wars, politics wars. All of that is Shibud Malchus, erev, Google type stuff. And we're heading into the Moshe Mashiach, and we're going to purge ourselves from all that. We're going to be happy. They're trying to make us all afraid, and we're going to be happy. I found this Shir Rabbah that talks a lot about Mashiach. There were two inyanim that I want to talk to you about. He says, Amar Rabbi Chia bar Abba, Samuch Moshe Mashiach, Dever Gadol, Bal Olam, Varishayim Kalim. It's to get rid of all of the evil people. I'm not saying people dying during Corona. No, no. Two things. First, there's going to be a pandemic, an epidemic. First, there's going to be dever, and then we're gonna figure out who started it, and those are the wicked, and then the wicked people are going to go. Samuch Yemos Mashiach, close to the days of Messiah. And another thing they say, wait, wrong way. Another thing right way, wrong way. Another thing they say is, look at this. The Tzachek, he says, Yesh b'mashma zagila arayas. It says, after they did after they did that tekes with the golden calf, ve'alu olos, they made sacrifices. Ve'agishu shlamim and other sacrifices. Ve'yeshev ha'am, and they sat lechol v'shadu, they ate and drank. Ve'agumu l'tzachek, and they got up to play. What does it mean to play? Yesh b'mashma zagila arayas. Began yesh b'mashma right? Shvichas damim. Dude, that's blood orgy city. You know? And all of these secret societies that do these blood orgies. By the way, Bill Gates and Jeffrey Epstein, great friends. Bill Gates and Jeffrey Epstein used to spend mad time together. I think I might have brought that headline. Just because, why not? Bill Gates met with intriguing, he called Jeffrey Epstein's way of life very intriguing. Many times after sex offense, you know? And we're like, yo, dude, what is going on over here? Yeah, obviously he denied it, but basically they're great friends. And so that whole thing with the erev, and the blood orgies, this is what all these secret societies do. Now, whenever anyone tried to talk to me about secret societies being part of the sugya, I was like, you gotta have a chaya. You gotta have proof. What are you talking about? Freemasons, Illuminati, Mechadesi. You know, that has anything to do with this. Oh, to Beferish Rashi, that there was a blood orgy going on. Now, we have to figure out the Egyptian link to this. Egyptian mysticism, by the way, is unbelievably fascinating. And we're gonna have to figure that out. I mean, I'm gonna go to school again. We'll figure it out. We'll steig it. We'll get some guy to come to share one of these days who's an expert. I just haven't found him yet. I know who's an expert. Duh. Leon Yakubovich Efron, my teacher in college, who's a genius and knows everything about everything. And so I'll have to ask him. I'll have to hit him up. I got a lot of people that I got to hit up. I have so many things that I got to do. And whatever, just figuring it out. But that's amazing. The next thing that's going to happen with Mashiach, Rabbi Nechemia Omer Kodimi Mos Mashiach Anius Yirbeh. There'll be a lot of poverty. Stock market's going to crash. Very interesting. There's a lot of other stuff. If you would be down, I would certainly be down, bro, to go through the Shir and Rabbah, because they say a lot of things about Mashiach, and see if we can in the days of Messiah. If you want to read this.
Sure. Just Shmuel, I'm most likely about to lose Wi-Fi. I'm going up to Massachusetts right now.
Yo, so geschmack. And if you lose Wi-Fi, so then we'll call it a steig. You know?
Sounds good, but don't think I'm hanging up on you.
Thanks for telling me.
Well, also, would you mind reading it? I don't want to just throw my bed in the car.
You don't want what? We think we're losing it. Where are you going, by the way? Where are you going?
In the middle of nowhere.
Where you going? Middle of nowhere?
Middle of nowhere. Grandpa's farmhouse.
Nice. Farmhouse. Cool, yo.
Yeah.
Dude,
Getting away from the crazy city.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Crazy. Okay, so I'll go over this. It says, Ana davar acher, Ana dodi v'amar li, Ana aide Eliyahu v'amar li aide Melech Mashiach. Now, immediately, very interesting, right? Because where did we see this dichotomy of Eliyahu and Melech HaMashiach before? in the Rambam at the end of Hilchos Malachim, he says that there are people who say that before Melech HaMashiach comes, Eliyahu is going to come. And we said, well, that whole issue, the whole idea of Eliyahu is very interesting, because maybe there's like some people, because we tried to say like that we saw no raya for the Rambam, but there's the idea of two Mashiach. But now we're thinking, well, maybe the idea of Eliyahu is like called like Mashiach ben Yosef in one way. He's called like Eliyahu Navi, and then like there's like the Eliyahu, and then Mashiach, Melech HaMashiach, Mashiach ben Yosef, then Mashiach ben David. That's interesting. Okay, Ana Eliyahu. Ma Amar Li Kumi Lechara Yasiyah Fasir Lechilach. Get up, beautiful, and get out of here. Because the fall game, Zo Malchus Kutim. That's just what they call like non-Jews. That's what they do. Shemisiza as a ilam umat aim osabit chazavaya. That they, wow, it's really interesting. Shemesit. Wow. What is Mesita at the Olam? Oh no. What is Mesita? By the way, can you see the page anymore, or should I share screen again?
I don't see it at the moment. If you can share it, be awesome. If not, we'll see.
I can totally share it, yeah. Share screen. Oh, but like there's like, okay, share. Okay. Okay. So it's Malchus Kutim. That's. Remember we said that the Indian of the erev, the Indian of the Melchemet Gog uMagog, that there's a slave coming against his master. Talk about Shibud Malchios. Now he's saying, Malchus Kutim, what do? Mesita as a olam. As a olam! Right? We're not just talking about like, oh, they're getting the Jews to like go and do Catholic. Who cares about stupid Jews? Mesita as a olam. Getting the entire world to be mesita, to be swayed. You know, mesis umediach? Like, so I can swear, right? Like, that's exactly what we're accusing the shadow government of doing, of infiltrating, of controlling government, of controlling news, of controlling Hollywood. That it's all a show to control our consciousness. And then they have 9/11, and they take away like any privacy on like our phones and on our computers, and like they take all that privacy away. And now we're saying that what's going on right now is that they're taking even more like away from us. And we said Vitor Havamina, but this is what you're looking at, that like the injections, like what are they injecting? That it's not going to go back to normal until we get shots. Like maybe they're coming not only to get all of our information off our phones and our computers, but actually coming and taking over our bodies with these shots that Bill Gates say, oh, you will never get better until you get shots. What do you know about fitness? This is a novel coronavirus. We have no idea about anything. He's saying, oh, we'll go back to normal. Maybe we'll all get immune. No, doesn't even say that as a possibility. Why? They're not interested in actual discourse. They're interested in confusing and obfuscating. And that's why only Bill Gates' World Health Organization is allowed to be up on Facebook. That's the only thing that you're allowed to talk about. Mesita esa olam. Dude, that's shot in this Shir Rava. Hey, ma da'at amar, ki yisizira achira ben imecha. Okay. V'hageshem chalaf ha'alach lo zeh shibud. Oh, shibud malchios. Zeh shibud. This is unbelievable. You see, I'm like, I went over this once, but now I'm going over, right? That's the shibud. Hanitzanim niru v'aretz. Hanatsochos niru v'aretz. Mihem, who are the natsochos, the victors? Rabbi Berechia b'shem Rabbi Yitzchak Ksiv v'yar'eni Adonai arba charashim. God showed me. The pasuk in Zechariah. We love Zechariah in this year. God showed me 4 blind people. Who are they? Eliyahu, Melech HaMashiach, Malchei Tzedek, u'Meshuach Melchama. Okay, I don't know what those 4 people have to do with each other, but we're going back there. Esa Zamir Igia, the time of pruning or singing. Higias man the Israeli Gael. The time has come for the Eden to be redeemed. Higias mana shall orla lihizamer, and the time of the fruit that you can't use it for the first 3 years to get pruned finally. Or maybe that's why, because it's orla, you can't use it, right? Higias mana shall malchus kutim, which is the right. Malchus kutim shetichle, time, it's their time to get destroyed. He gives manage Malchus Shemayim, she is Gala, that the Malchus of Shemayim will be revealed. She never had another Malchus Kol Haaretz, Bekol Hatorah Rabbi Artzenu, Ezezezek Kol Shemelech Mashiach HaMakrich VeOmer Manavu Ale Harim Raglei Mivaser. The song Manavu Ale Harim Raglei Mivaser Shalom B'Vinyani. Okay, we saw that one that there's going to be a dever. But it's a Teinachan Daf Agera. There's going to be a dever, and the Rishayim are going to be gone. Hagavanim Smadar Natnu Reach. That's who's left. Dude, if we make it through Corona, Amir Tashem will all make it. We make it through Corona and through this whole process. It's like the guys who are left will be the awesome people. Ooh, bad news for Chutznikim. Because it says that whoever is going to be remaining is going to be in Zion, in Israel, and in Jerusalem. Now, I think you have time to come, and that it's not going to be hopefully, but just it should be at least thinking all right, but everyone's got to do what's good for them. Everyone's got to be happy. Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Shavua Sheben. Okay, then he talks about the week that Ben David Ba, that Mashiach comes. The MS, there he talks about stuff. Okay, the time or the 7-year period that Ben David comes. The first year is going to be the entire year. Some people are going to get rain. Some people are not going to get rain. Then there's going to be hunger in the second year. Ooh, there's going to be a hunger in the third year. And the good homies, Chassidim, Anshei Maisa get smaller. And the Torah is be forgotten. On the fourth day, it's interesting again that they're splitting it into 7 days. Because when else was split into 7 days of hunger and famine? Yosef, when he interpreted Pharaoh's dream.
Yeah, good call.
Thanks. The Chamish is Sova Gadol. Oh, the 5th year is going to be a lot of plenty. The Eidlim, the Shaisim, the Smezlim, they're eating, drinking, and having. The Torah Choseres, the Chidusha. The Torah comes back to its, the Torah is renewed. U'mitzchadeshes the Israel. The Torah is mitzchadeshes. There's the idea that the Torah is going to return, but not just return, it's going to be renewed. This is Torah of the super chill. This is the Torah that we're learning. This is the Torah that lifts people up. Not like what it's been for, unfortunately, a lot of time over the Gullahs, that it's been a lot of fear and also fear and influenced also by the nations maybe, different philosophies, whatever it is. But this is going to be a new Torah. What do you think this new Torah is going to be? We don't know. I think that do you have an idea? I have an idea. This is Hamina or Sfara. This new Torah is going to be the Torah that lifts people up. The Torah of the super chill. That it's going to be learned under the understanding. It's going to be learned with the understanding that we are Chelek Eloah. It's not God. It's not God and then humanity. It's Shleimus Muchletes. And when you learn Torah with that understanding, so you realize that the Torah is not here to make lives miserable. Religion did not come to make people sad in this world so that they can live well in the next world. Religion is not supposed to be like that. It never was. Like, at least, right? I believe all religions or eventually just teach us how to live in with relation to the spirit. And each religion has what as their like mahalach, as their path. And learn from everyone. Right? The whole world is under Shibud. Don't you remember? Shemei Sisa es ha'olam. Doesn't say Shemei Sisa es Yisrael. But here it says, but the Torah, that's for us. Yeah, because the Torah, that's for the Israelites. Okay, that's cool. Oh, and of course, we're going to tell, like, I'm talking to my homies, like my homies from all around the world, like, yo, this is Torah, right? Talk to a Taoist and tell her about the Torah, and she tells me about Taoism, right? Or Islam, or Christianity, or atheism, different theories. The Torah, the Torah is Israel. We'll tell them our stuff. They'll tell us their stuff, and we'll work together to raise the entire world out, raise the entire world up from this malchus, from this shibud malchius, the shishis in the 6th year kolos sounds, the shvius milchamos up, and are you gone? The shvius milchamos. Rewards. The most shvius ben David ba. At the end of shvius, Ben David, Mashiach Ben David is going to come. Amar Abaye Gama Shavuin. Oh, he's still here. Amar Abaye Gama Shavuin Asa Kahada Velo Asa Velo Aze. He's like, what are you talking about? There were mad 7-year periods that like everything was looking. We're like, oh, we're Yosef. This is it, Mashiach. This is it. Like Jake asked earlier. This is it. Like this happened. Like what? If America got free from Britain, and they like, oh, there's the gush, end of Shib Malchus. What makes you think that this one's special? That's the same question that the Gemara asked. Right? The law has nothing happened. Rish Lakish. Like Rish Lakish is. Rish Lakish says, Dor Ben David Ba, the generation that Ben David comes. Beis Avad Iyel is Nus. We mad preachers. Galil Yecharav, and the Galil. The Galil, that's where I used to live. The Galil, I lived in that dome. I don't know if anyone remembers, but like I was living in a dome for like 2 months, like burning newspapers for heat at the beginning, and like really crazy stuff. And then we ended up having this huge festival. I was sick. Okay. The Hagavalan Yishom. Naji Galil Yisabu Meir Leir V'Lo Yechanenu. The people of the ear were like going around the Chachmas, the Sfarim, Tizrach, and people were not going to listen to the wisdom in books. The ear ain't gave Ajir Chezen Esavim. Once you fear hate, who fear sin, not people who fear punishment. It's low level stuff. Even people who are like, oh wow, God, so right, but they're afraid of hate. They're afraid of the sin itself, because it means that they're gonna be like losing like their idea of like shlemus. This is what the Ramchal says. But you're hate, that like they're afraid of sin because they're gonna be losing shlemus. Yo, Max, you still here? Yo, Max, you still here? Well, if Max is gone, even if Max is the only guy here, yo, we can, but you know what, we should all right. Yo, what up?
I'm definitely losing you right now.
Yeah, I was like just kind of going through it, like even if you were gone. But I will share screen again. So he says the Yurei Chet and the Anshei Chesed will come through. The Emes Nederet. Oh, the Emes is Nederet. The truth is like hidden, yo. The truth is hidden. Classic. Pnei Dork and Pnei Kelev. Interesting. We can say a shot like that, right? Minayin Emes Nederet. How do you know if the Emes Nederet? Sarmi Rav Shalom. Where does the truth go? The Bear of Yadi over Olechet Yosheves La Adarim Midbar. Wow, you know where it is? It's stuck. It's sitting Adarim Midbar. Little groups are going to be talking about the truth. The truth is gone, mainstream, gone. But there's going to be an Alex Jones. There's going to be a David Icke. There's going to be PASHUT Herenstein. You know, and like obviously there's many other people that are doing this, like in the resistance. But there's going to be in the midbar. Why are we in the midbar? Why are we in the desert? Yo, we're just like in the desert. Yo, we're just like figuring it out. You know, we're just like in the desert. Yeah, the social desert. Yo, you ever try to talk to someone about this? People they got like angry. It's like it was like instilled into the zeitgeist to fear conspiracy theories. It's the basic. So we're just learning to sugya over here. You know what I say? Conspiracy theories, learning to sugya. But they're in the midbar. Enter the desert of trial and error. Rabbanan Amrei, Rabbanan say, Dor Sheben David Ba, Chachmei Ador Mesim. A lot of the Chacham are going to die. V'han noisarim ein nehem kalos. And the ones that are left, their eyes. I have no idea what you're talking about. These Chachmei Ador. They're blind. The Yaakov Anacha. I don't know about that last point. You know, there's some Chacham who were really, you know, Uri Shirki, for example. Uri Shirki, shout out Uri Shirki. Right. V'yagov Yanachav Vitzaros Rabos, V'Raos Rabos, Baos Al Tzibor, Ugzeros Kashos Mischadshos. Oh! We're going to start new Gezeras. Umishtalchos Ad Shehari Shona Kayemes Acheres Ba V'Nis Mechala. Yo, it's like again, like all these things. Like, you gotta stay there. You know these. Oh, dude, this is Gezeros Kashos, Mischadshos, like crazy. Amarim, you know, right? Dorsha ben David, but Narim Yalbinu Zikanim. Yeah, the young is going to embarrass the old. You know why? You know why? Because the old people are too focused on the world order that they had. They cannot see the truth. So yeah, we're gonna have to embarrass them. We're gonna have to be like, yo, like Zakaden, like you're the way that you grew up, and now you're like an old dog, and like can't teach old dogs new tricks. You know, we're gonna have to embarrass you guys. It's not like intentional. You know, we love all of you people, even the people that say like that. They go like crazy when they hear this stuff. What? How can you even say this theory? Yo, I'm sorry. I'll give you a chance. But now we're just gonna have to be malvin this manechem and embarrass you guys, but not embarrass. Turn white. White. Nah, embarrass. Like embarrass better. Yo, binu literally means to turn white. Like malvin pechaver. Right? We're gonna embarrass them because they're like. They told us this is the world, and now we're seeing that it's not. We're seeing that, you know, other stuff is going on. And the old people are going to stand up before the young ones. All right, well, maybe, you know, I can hear other shadim that like the young people are going to stand up, the old people are going to stand up before young people. I don't know. Yeah, because like they're gonna realize, like, because eventually they're gonna realize, they're like, wow, you know, like these kids are steigen da. Rabbi Nehemiah Omer, Anius here, but wow, Anius. Oh wait, hold up. Yamdu as again in Aaron. Bas kama v'ima kala b'chamosa. The daughter is going to attack her mom, the daughter-in-law, and her mother-in-law. Oy ve'ish anshe bezo. A man's enemies will be his household. Ubein eno mitbayesh me'aviv, and the son will not be embarrassed from his father. I won't. That's talking about me. I might be embarrassed. I don't get embarrassed. You know, I don't have that part of the brain. All right. Rabbi Nechem, I love my parents and my family, even though they're all liberals. And they're all like bliggity blind. I'll see you one day and they'll be like, oh, embarrassed. I'll be like, all right, listen, I was telling you, I'm just bringing you the sugya, let's figure it out together. They'll be like, no, I won't even listen. The truth is, though, my family is pretty Yishma, and I love them all. And we're steiging here, you know. It's not easy for anyone, you know, time. It was a pretty crazy time. And so I am mitbayesh for my father. I would never, like, I don't know, well, whatever. Like, I'm not embarrassed, but, like, I love him. I don't know. Embarrassment is not a good trait anyway. All right. Maybe it's like, oh, and then most of it, yeah, you know, a kid's not even gonna be embarrassed with his father. It's gonna be like straight up, like, I don't know. I'm live fair on that one. Maybe the next year, there's gonna be a lot of poverty, stock market. Beyoker, Hove, Given the Imperia, Bayain, Yasria, Yamalchus, Kula Devil, Laminos, the Angel, wow. The entire government is going to turn to heresy, or like what they're doing now. The ain tochechot, and there are no one's saying, like, no one's calling them out. Why is no one calling them out? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because they're saying anything that calls them out on YouTube. Amar Rabbi Abba Bar Gana, ain bein David ba elevador shepanav domin lekela. We saw that already. Right. Anytime any listeners that know, like, are experts on dogs or something, like, what's special about a face of a dog? Rabbi Levi, Ein Ben David Ba'alador Shapanav Chatzufos B'chayev Kalia. Their face is very, they're very like chutzpah, and they need to be destroyed. Yanai Imtirador Achardor Mecharev Megadev Taper LeRagle Melech HaMashiach. Interesting. If you see generation after generation of just like cursing God and stuff, expect that Mashiach is on his way. That's what's written. Right? It says like God's enemies like blasphemized him in the footsteps of Messiah, and then afterwards, what does it say? Baruch Adonai le'olam, Amen, v'Amen. God should be blessed forever. Amen, v'Amen. May it come true. And the God we're referring to being infinite, the infinite reality of this world, the Nozian pantheism, Kukian panentheism, the Olam forever, everything in the world, everything is just Abishter, you know, everything is just God. We're humans with a part of God that can choose to become greater because God had that problem. Here. Baruch Adonai Amen. You know, like, this is it. This is the sugya. That Shir and Rabbah was an unbelievable way to end the Shir. We got some other stuff over here, but like, I think that Shir and Rabbah talking about days of Messiah. That's like that's like the over. It's like the understanding, like this whole. That's how we started the sugya. You know, and the MS is hidden. That's the craziest part of the entire shir, and no one was even here to see it. But the MS is hidden. It's hidden, and you got to search for it. And your nation, homies, humans, my fellow Homo sapiens, much love. That's the way, through unity, we're going to bring down this Shibud Malchios. They want to keep us apart. And we're like, oh yeah, together, party, awesome.